Hello, grade 5. Welcome to the STEM Lockdown Digital School and welcome to your grade 5 coding lesson. So nice to have you here. This is teacher Fiona, who is your grade 5 coding teacher. So let's get started with our lesson. Before we continue, we started yesterday with our Express Course 2019, which is the latest version. And we did some of the dance party levels and we got up to level 4. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick review of everything and just talk about coding. What is coding? Now, I'm looking in the chat box and I don't want any personal discussions now. You have time for that before the lesson starts. And then once the lesson starts, you listen and you don't have any more personal conversation, because when I eventually add the link, you won't be able to find it. So let's just talk a little bit about coding first, just to remind you of what coding is. So you know that coding is the basics of computer programming, and it's all around you. Coding, you don't even know it, but it's all around you. Every time you do something like putting a post on Instagram or Twitter, or watch a video on YouTube, or anything like that, even things in the home that you do, you actually, it happens, it works because of code. They all rely on code to make them work. Okay, so what did somebody there put? There's a whole lot of information there. Computer programming. Oh, there we are, Amanda. Amanda's found something on the internet about coding. Thank you. So code, I've got these pictures of code in front of me. Code is a set of instructions that the computer can understand, and it uses precise instructions. They've got to follow logically and they've got to be exact. Otherwise, they don't work. It's like a recipe. If you put the wrong ingredients in, it's not going to work. So computers understand lots of different kinds of languages, and when you get to high school, I'm sure that you'll start learning in depth one of the more difficult languages like Python, Visual Basic, CS++, etc. But in this grade 5 coding, we're starting right at the beginning to get so that we can get the background of coding, and we're using a language which the Hour of Code people that created the Hour of Code called Touch Select. Touch Select. So we're starting right at the beginning, and excuse me, got a frog in my throat. You'll find that as we go through our Express course, we will be touching on some of the Hour of Code lessons, but hopefully you can understand that coding is actually such an important language in the modern world that we really have to start learning it at school now. We can't ignore it anymore. Right, so that's just a quick sort of definition about coding. Now, we're using for this, for the intermediate phase, we are using code.org, and we're using this course called the Express Course 2019. And it starts off with dance party, and you can see that yesterday we did 4 of the dance party levels. All right, so we used 4 of the dance party levels yesterday. Hopefully today we're going to do another 4. Numbers 5 to 8, hopefully. And it's teaching us about blocks, events, measures, moves, and you'll be introduced to a few more coding terms today, apart from those. So as I said, we'll communicate in the chat box, but please keep it for the lesson and not for social chat, okay? Otherwise you might have the chat box disabled, and that will be difficult. Or you might be removed from the lesson if you don't listen. So you're also encouraged to raise your hand and speak and help me to solve the puzzles. So I've corrected the email address there. It's phoebe@gmail.com in case you want to get hold of me. Okay. Right. Now, the coding principles that we are trying to get across are, first of all, that we'll find the easiest way to solve the problem, and it has to be exactly what they're asking, we have to give them. We have to follow the instructions very carefully and try and understand them. So it involves a lot of comprehension of the reading. And the whole thing about coding, don't be afraid to try, because you try it out. If it doesn't work, then you try and figure out, where did you go wrong? What did you put in that was wrong? So when we start our coding, we look at what they want us to do. They give us instructions. Then we find that that's our goal, to get those instructions done. We find the solution and we test it out. And if it doesn't work, we keep adjusting it until it does work. Right, you got all that. Okay. And then I don't know how many of you managed yesterday to, if you're using a laptop, to work on a split screen. Did anybody manage that? Anybody manage the split screen? So you can work on two different tabs if you're using the Chrome browser, for example, or if you're using a second screen, it's even better. But if you are using your PC and you want to be able to see what we're doing in our puzzle, plus what's happening on, plus your own puzzle that you're trying to work out, you just go to that little block in the middle on the top right, that little block, and that makes your screen a bit smaller. Then you shape it and move it, and then you do the same with the other block, one block being code.org and one block being Zoom. Got that? Good. Okay. So today we're going to go on to our next puzzle. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to give you the link. Everyone's asking for the link. Now, where is my puzzle? I do have it open, but I don't see it there. I don't know what's happening here. This happened to me in the last as well. I wonder, let me see if I share that. There we go. Okay. So let me just get mine open. All right. Okay. And we're on number 5. Okay, here comes the link into the chat box. Right. Are you all there? Have you got the link there? Puzzle 5. Okay. So now we've got Dance Party open in front of us. I'm just going to review for anybody that might have been a bit stuck yesterday, because I noticed 1 or 2 people saying that they weren't sure what to do next. So let's just review this again. So looking at our screen now, the thing that they want to work on is in white. That's the instruction that they want us to work on. And on the left side is, you can see the 3 parts of the screen. On the very left side is the play space. And underneath the play space is the word run. That run tests everything that we do to see if it works. That is where the dances will show up. So in this program, what we're doing is we're creating dances and we're telling them what to do. We're choreographers and we're telling them how they must dance. We're even giving them the music. You can see the music up here. There's a lot of music. I can't play it. I hope that I have muted this. Let me just unmute. Mute, I should say. Okay, there's loads of music to choose from. And unfortunately, I can't play it because of live streaming over YouTube, but you'll be able to hear it on your side, which will be lovely. So there's our left side, the play space. In the middle, under the word blocks, is the toolbox. Those are the codes. They've given us the code. We just have to decide which is the right one and make some changes inside if we want to. So we've got the tools to do this, and those are the tools for making the dancers do their moves and even for creating dances. And then at this, on the right hand side is the part that we are going to work in. So I'm going to put the link in again, just in case it's disappeared. Okay, I'm putting it in again. You got it? I think I'm going to have to put that link in a few times because it disappears quite quickly in the chat. Okay, so we in the workspace, and at the top is the task that we have to do. All right. So yesterday we did puzzle 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now we are on puzzle 5. So we got our dancers yesterday. Do you remember? And they did some really cool moves. Do you remember the word measures? Measures were the beats in the bar. Right. You should have the link now. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me see. It's sending it. Sorry, I sent it to Rowan. Have you got it now? Everyone got the link? Right. Everyone's sorted. I've got one eye on the chat box so that I can just see everybody's happy, everybody's following, everybody's got what we've got open. Okay, so I've opened puzzle 5. And I see Ethan says he's passed dance party, which is awesome. That's what we want. We want you to get a real interest in coding and maybe go ahead. But when you're in the lesson, it will just be a review for you, and maybe you can help me solve the code. Okay, so now that we're in here, we can see that they've already given us some code in the workspace. They're helping us along, which is wonderful. So they've put it into the setup block, and they've said set a background effect, and they've chosen neon squares. They've said they've done this already. They've made a new cat called Crazy Cat, and they've put Crazy Cat in the middle. And they've said that Crazy Cat is going to repeat something every 2 bars. So that's what we're going to find out what it's going to do. But let's run and see what they've done so far. Right, so that's Crazy Cat. And there's the neon squares, okay. And Crazy Cat is at the center. I can't hear the music, but he's on measure 8. That's going to be his 2 bars. And what happens next? 10 is going on. Okay. All right, so it went up to 12. Okay, so now let's go and read what we have to read here. What we have to do. It says, make another new block. Use another new block. Here the blocks are. To make the dancer change moves every 2 measures. So what they give us, what they want, choosing next, previous, or random tells the dancer to perform a move every time the code is run. So what are we going to do? So now this is where I need some help. So how do you get to level 5? You're going to click on this top here. See at the top where it's got all the levels? You're going to click on number 5 at the top. Right. I'll put the code, the link in again, just in case. Right, I like Amanda's helping out there, and Ethan. Thanks, Ethan. But who'd like to put up their hands and help me to work out how to make the dancer move every 2 seconds. So obviously we're not going to be working with the top part now because we've got our cat, but our cat didn't do any moves. So we've got to make it do some moves. Who's going to help me? Any hands up? Right, I'm going to choose Lily. I'm going to try and unmute Lily.
Ma'am?
Is that Amanda? Who's speaking?
Ma'am, it's Amanda.
Okay, Amanda, awesome, awesome. Could you tell me what you think we should do next to get the cat moving? What do you think?
Ma'am, you put the purple box.
So this purple box says Crazy Cat is going to do next, and we had to choose next, previous, or random to tell the dancer. So we're going to put that purple box. Okay, whereabouts, Amanda?
Under the pink box where there's the...
Over here, under the box.
No, ma'am.
In it.
Inside the box
Okay.
where there's a pattern.
Okay, we can see that there's that little kink on the top that wants to join up with another one there. Okay, is that what we're going to do?
Yes, then you
Okay,
run.
let's run that and see. Thank you so much, Amanda.
No problem, ma'am.
Oh, look, he is changing his dance.
Yes, he is.
Oh, wow, look at that. He's really sending it. Hey, the dab. I love the dab.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. That is so awesome. Now, so there we go. So I'm just going to go back to that because up here it says next, previous, or random. So let's see what happens if we put
Previous.
Previous. Let's try previous. Let's see what that does. I love that background. Oh, makes you want to dance, hey?
Yes, it does.
He's having fun. It's actually a good way to do your exercises. Just 2 bars, 2 measures for each exercise.
Yes.
Okay, right. And let's just see what would happen under random. Let's see what happens under random. So there he is doing his first 2 measures. Now he's changing to random. Okay. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So thank you very much, Amanda.
No problem.
We're going to go on now, and I'm going to choose someone else for this one that puts up their hand. And if no one puts up their hand, I'm going to choose Amanda. Okay, so now we are on puzzle 6, and I'm of the opinion we need a few more dancers, don't we? And they want us to add a new dancer. They're even telling us where to add it. And they've given us some code already. So what have they said in their code? They've said they want a black and white background effect of space. Okay. And they want us to make a new cat called lead dancer and at the center. And then what that's about the characters or the dancers. And now the moves, they want them to move every 2 measures, but they want them to do next forever. Okay, I think that's where we were last time, maybe. Let's have a look. Look at that nice background space. There go the dancer, the moves. Right, yes. Okay, so now they want us to create, they say we need more dancers, create a backup dancer called backup dancer to dance with the cat. And then we're going to use the make new block. Right. Okay. So I wonder what we're going to do. We're going to have to make a new dancer first. And let's just look at these. Let's just look up. It's called make new. Make a new. So we've got to use a make a new block. And which of these says make a new? It's not the background. That says make a new duck. That says backup dancer. That says after 4 measures. That says repeat. So we have to decide. So who's going to help me decide what to do? Any hands up? Any hands up? What about armor? Can we choose armor? Armor, did I unmute you? No. Okay, we're going to choose Elijah. Okay, we're going to choose Elijah. Hello, Elijah.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you, ma'am?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm so glad you put your hand up. And what do you suggest we do, Elijah?
Ma'am, I think we say we use the red block.
This one, make a new duck.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, where should we put that, Elijah? At the bottom here, do you think?
Yes, ma'am.
But look what happens if we put it at the bottom. It goes gray. That shows that that's not the right place. Remember when we started, it said something about adding it here. So do you think we need to put it in that same setup block where we're setting up the characters?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's try that. Okay, we're putting it there. Make a new duck called backup dancer and it must go at the right. Okay, should we try that and see? Let's run and see. Ah, look, we've got duck there on the right, but duck isn't doing any movements at the moment. Only the cat is really dancing, full steam. But thank you, Elijah. So that code worked. So let's just go back. So remember, we are the screen is in two sections. The setup screen is all to do with the dancers and the background. The pink screen is the event screen. That's not the event screen, sorry. It's the repeat screen. The green is, I think, the event screen, which tells us after 4 measures, but we're doing 2 measures, and that tells us what the dancers have to do. Okay, so let's go on to, let's replay it so that it will work automatically. I wish I could hear the music like you. I wonder what music you've chosen. What have you chosen? I've just left it on Ariana Grande because I have to have the site muted. So, right, so we're going to continue. So Ethan, put up your hands for this one. Now we can't show the video because we're on live streaming on YouTube, but you, after this lesson, you can watch the video. But during this lesson, I can't. So we're now in puzzle 7. Wow. And puzzle 7's got quite a lot of code already. Look at it all. It's set up, dancers, it's got background effect, it's got a new duck, it's got a new robot. The new duck is called Backup Dancer 1. The new robot's called Backup Dancer 2. And we even have a new frog. Wow. And what are they going to do? They're going to repeat every 2 measures. They're going to do something. And then after 4 measures, Backup Dancer 1, which is the duck, is going to do fresh. And Backup Dancer 2 is going to do fresh. So let's see what they're talking about. Okay, there's the cool background of diamonds. Right, and we can see the new duck. Duck's right at the back. And we can see robot, Backup Dancer 2, and we can see frog. Frog's in the middle, so frog's probably going to be the main character. Okay, so right, so let's play that again and just see what they did. So there's their moves. They've been created. And okay, so now what have we got to do? So every dancer has got a set of properties that control what it looks like. Properties is our new word for today. It's a So you can make it look like a dancer is in the background by making the size smaller, like duck. Look, it looks like he's in the background because he's smaller. But we want to make both the backup dancers the same size. So who are the backup dancers? They are Frog and backup dancer 1 is Frog. Frog is the lead dancer. So we want to make Robot the same size as Duck. Okay. Ooh, how are we going to do that? It's something all to do with size. So let's see who's going to help me with this. Faith. Okay, I see Faith's got her hand up, so I'm going to choose Faith.
Ma'am?
Hello, Faith. Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. So, Faith, what do you think we need to do now?
Ma'am, I say we should put I say we should put backup dancer
Okay,
2.
right. So
Blue one.
this one. So we need to add another backup dancer, and where are we going to put that backup dancer?
Under backup dancer 2, do fresh.
Here.
Yes.
Okay, because we made a new robot called Backup Dancer 2, and we're going to make it, and we're going to put it there, and it's size 50. Okay. Now, how big is Duck? Duck is also size 50.
Size 50.
So they're both size 50. Okay. So should we try that and see what happens?
Yes, we should go to run.
Run. Oh, look. Very good. Robot's now gone to the back and Frog is the main dancer. Wow. That's awesome, Faith.
Yes, ma'am.
Well done. Well done. Well done. So let me go back. Does everybody understand that part so far?
Yes, ma'am.
And I wonder what has been your favorite song so far. So what song have you chosen, Faith? Faith?
Ma'am?
Which song did you have? Did you leave it with Justin Bieber for the song?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so everybody, did you see that we in our setup we had a background and we had our dancers, Duck, Robot, Frog, and we decided if they are lead dancers or backup dancers and the size. The properties are the size. Sizes can go up to 100, so I would imagine that Frog might be somewhere near 100. And we said that every 2 measures, the lead dancer was going to do what was next. And after 4 measures, the backup dancers were going to do fresh. Okay, good. So let's run that once more and then we'll go on to the next puzzle, which is puzzle . Right. So we've done puzzle 7. Good. Now we're going to go on to puzzle 8. So far you've had a chance to play with the different types of dancers and you've programmed them, there's another coding word, you've programmed them to do different kinds of dance moves. But do you know what actually is happening, what the code is doing? So every dance move is made up of a series of images called frames, and each frame is slightly different from the one before it. So when the program runs, it's one frame after another going very fast, and it looks like the dance is moving. So that's the secret of animation. Some people become animation specialists and artists when they're choosing their job. So when we are changing the properties of a dancer, we use the setup block here, and we change the full size is 100. Okay, so we can change a lot of things about those dancers. We can change their position, their rotation, their color, and all sorts of things. Right, so now we're on puzzle 8. And puzzle 8 has got a lot of code already. So let's see, they've made a new bear called Top Dancer. Frog was there before, and it's called Top Dancer 2. Robot is Bottom Dancer, and Unicorn. Unicorn, oh wow. So there's 4 dancers by the looks of it. And Top Dancer and Top Dancer 1 and 2 are going to clap, and bottom dancers are going to do the drop. So let's see how that looks. Oh, that's nice. Look at the tropical sparkles background. That's rather pretty. And there are 4 dancers. At the back, we've got bear and frog. Look at that. They're all doing different things. That's so nice, like watching a show, right? Okay. So now what do we have to do today? We've got to do something with tints. Let's see what we've got to do with tints. Oh, let me just make that smaller. So let's go up here. Dancers have got a tint property. We're talking about properties that can add a layer of color. Try changing the tint of one of your dancers. Tints will mix the color you choose with the colors of the dancer. Oh, that sounds nice. So we have to use the set tint block to change a dancer's tint. Okay, so let's look through what our options are. We've got to look for something with tint in it. Set tint. It's not going to be the background effect, that's already there. It's not going to be the duck. Top dancer. Oh, which one? Which one has got tint? This one. Okay, this has got tint in it. Set top dancer to tint to a certain color. I think I will choose, I know what, I'm going to ask the person that helps me now to choose the color. So let's see who I'm going to unmute. I'm choosing someone new, Leletu. All right, Leletu. Let's see. Can you help me, Leletu? Hello? Okay, I'm not hearing Leletu. Is that Leletu?
Ma'am.
Hi, Leletu.
I don't understand.
I'm struggling to hear you. I'm struggling to hear you, Leletu. So maybe if I can't hear Leletu, let's see who else has put their hands up. Ethan said he'd finished everything, but I never see his hand here to help us. Ethan? Oh, Ethan's hand is up. I'm going to choose Ethan. Right. Ethan, I'm trying to unmute. Sorry, I muted you by mistake. How do I unmute Ethan?
Hello, ma'am.
Oh, is that Ethan? Hi, Ethan. So, what are you going to suggest? What do you suggest we do, Ethan? So we get, did I choose the right one, do you think? That set top dancer tint, that one. Is that the right one? Which color do you like?
Red. I like red.
Red.
I like
Okay, so
red.
light red. This one, that one.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what are we going to do with that one, Ethan? Where are we going to put it?
Put it under the menu, bear culture dancer #1.
Okay, because this one says top dancer 1, tint. And as Ethan says, bear is the one that's called top dancer 1. So you think there, is that right, Ethan? Over there. Okay, we made it red. All right. Let's run that and see what happens. Oh, look. Yes, bear has definitely changed red. Wow. Ethan, thank you. That's awesome. And look, they are dancing. Ethan, maybe we can change another dancer to a color. Let's go back. Should we change one of the other dancers and to a color? What about, let's change the bottom dancer. Should we change the bottom dancer to a color? What color do you suggest?
Orange.
Orange. Did you
Yes.
say orange? All right, let's try orange. Where should we put this one? Bottom dancer 1. Do you suggest, Ethan?
And make a new frog control dance.
Under that one, the robot.
No, ma'am.
Isn't
No,
that
ma'am.
the,
Put it under, make a new frog control dancer too.
under the unicorn?
No,
There.
ma'am. The frog. The frog, ma'am.
Okay, over there. Is that right? Okay, let's try
No,
that.
ma'am.
But look, it does make the robot go orange. Look, so that does work. Where were you going to put it? Under the unicorn.
I was going to put it under the frog.
Okay, let's see. I wonder if it'll move. Okay, so I'll just see if it will move with the bottom dancer. Okay, we'll just leave it there. Okay, so we have got to puzzle 8 and our time is up. So everybody, thank you so much. Hey, I really appreciate you all coming, and you know, you're very welcome to go ahead and keep trying, and then in the lessons you can just help me, and we can try, and once everybody's happy, we can try and go a bit faster. Is everybody fine? Was anybody a bit confused today, or you're all fine? Right, Praise is asking how to change color. So just remember, you've got to look for the one that says Tints, and then you've got to click on the color that's there and choose the color. And then you always add it to what that says, to this top setup block, okay? Faith got it. Okay, everybody, goodbye. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to carry on. We're going to try and finish this tomorrow, okay?
Bye.
Now look, at the top here is a flag with extra lessons that you can do. When I created this, I put it onto some extra lessons that you can do if you want to do that as well. Okay, so see you all tomorrow. But wait, hang on. What am I saying? Let me just go back to my, oh, I stopped, sorry. I stopped. Let me go back to, are you all still there? My coding. I forgot that I must just finish here and invite you here. So join us tomorrow on code.org, and we're going to do 9 to 12 or whatever the last one is. Okay, bye-bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye now.